Rickles. So, does that matter at the end of the day?
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And also, just like me fighting someone like that plays projectiles consistently, if I'm going to break their zone, I think I would rather play on a stage like FD, because then I can approach them from a diagonal angle. They don't have a little platform house to hide underneath. So this could work a little bit to the favor of Kome, but I guess anytime he wants, he can set up that projectile, that fire hydrant, and opting for a tech chase opportunity. Not going to get anything going, but here we are going into game 1 here. Losers top 8. Whoever finishes is out of the tournament here.
Yeah, loser's bracket, my friend. You know, we got Japan trying to get like almost a damn near full top 8 rep that we have right here, but Tooky has something to say about that. Final destination is the pick, like you mentioned before. We got that hydrant on down, the diagonal angles that you were talking about as well. But at the end of the day, like, as I was mentioning earlier, you know, I feel like it doesn't always matter. I mean, the speed Minato is now gone. We gotta wait for that to recharge. But I feel like, you know, even on longer stages, you know, where I feel like some Pac-Man players just prefer, because they'll be able to just hide behind the hydrant, get their bonus fruit the way they need, take advantage of slower characters who don't have as good of a job or easy of a job breaking the zones. But like I mentioned earlier, Kome can become the fastest character in the game at will. We see the speed Minato on deck again. He's utilizing that more than pretty much any Minato we've seen so far, because it just makes playing the neutral against Pac-Man that much easier. And now the speed Minato's gone, we're switching to Buster. Let's get that damage, Rickles.
Yeah, very even back and forth. It's been over a minute, so despite the Buster art showing right there, not too much damage going to do off of it. Really good opportunity here for Tooky to continue just like trying to charge up that fruit and see if they can set up some more damage or set up some stage control.
Alright, reset once again. Man, but that Speed Minato out over and over again. There's just swinging. He's literally only using Speed Minato and Buster art. That's pretty much it. He's like, okay, Speed Minato's gone. Okay, I want to do more damage. Okay, doing more damage is gone. Alright, I want to run fast again. He's like Ricky Bobby, dude. Like, he's just going in and out.
Just KO'd him right there with the Buster art, too. They didn't even need to opt for the Smash art. And now here we are. Stock advantage here for Shulk. Kome can kind of run with this, you know. And I got to wonder, too, because, like, they had some time to prepare for the most part. Well, actually, no. There was, like, no downtime between top 16 and top 8, because like when this day started, Kome was in winner, so I was gonna say if they had an opportunity to do so, warming up with T could happen. I guess they could have done it over the last set because T is here and present, so maybe that could be the experience. I'm not sure how often Kome and T have faced off in bracket, but let's see. It's looking so far so good here for Kome.
Yeah, it definitely is up a whole stock right now. Speed Minato to get that damage back on once again. Buster art to get that damage reset. We're really seeing like the Minato usage like pretty solid here. Like, I don't think we've seen Shield Minato once. We haven't really seen a situation where he had to use it. We did see Kome go deep once to utilize the jump Minato to be able to make that recovery on the way back. Gonna see that once again to try to recover high. But see, that's what I want to see. That is what I want to see right there. That was such a beautiful play from Tooky positioning that. You cannot fight Shulk if you don't position yourself based around what Minato he's using. He saw that he switched to the jump Minato from a higher angle. So he's like, okay, he's gonna recover high right here. So he just jumps up, hits the back air, puts the hydrant down, and then kicks it right off the level while he was still recovering out of the hit stun. That was beautifully played by Tooky to take that stock.
Incredible, like, small bread and butter combo right there from Kome. There's a rack up a ton of percent with the Buster art because the Smash start is offline for a little while, but pretty soon they'll be able to bring it back, opting for a little bit of shield for the meantime and now speed to get in their face. But Kome is very close to closing the stock.
Getting closer and closer, you know, doesn't want that, you know, doesn't want any debuffs as far as the knockback goes for sure, but that's why we're probably not seeing Buster art out too much, as that is the one that changes that for sure. Here we go, just jumping back up once again. Got the jump Minato trying to utilize the higher hops to just put pressure on the hydrant. Ooh, what's he cooking right now, my man? What's he cooking, Rickles?
Dude, Tooky has brought this all the way back, even stocks, even percent, and now an opportunity here to actually get the stock advantage for the first time in this game. But no, just denied right there. Commentator's curse. Fortunate for Kome, though, one stock away from going up in the set, and that's going to be a huge deal here in loser's bracket.
Step turnaround cancel F-tilt, very important if you're going to be playing a swordy character, especially one as good as Shulk is for sure. You know, you got to get those, like, you got to get your, like, lower frame data moves out as best you can. You can't always just rely on the aerials. Sometimes it's just better to just run in and do something like that. Gonna get that Buster out. Ooh, just narrowly misspacing it for damage, going actually through the intangibility of Pac-Man's get-up option right there. Not able to get the damage that he wants as Buster art slowly but surely steps away. And it might have been because of the Buster art that... I believe the increased knockback does it for the apple, if I'm not mistaken, right there. I think that might have been why that helped kill a little earlier, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
Either way.
I think you're 100% right about that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe he takes more knockback, the Buster. Because as you all know, like every Buster, every Monado art, there's a debuff that he gets as well, and I do believe Shulk takes more knockback. Although I might be confusing that with Smash. No, Smash is the one where he does less damage, but he deals more knockback. I think I got that. I think I got that on pace now.
Yeah, I think in both of them, on Smash and Buster, I think they both take more knockback, especially because it's like high risk, high reward type thing going on right there. Kind of similar to how with Shield, you're a lot slower, so you can't really get anything going.
For sure, my friend. You know, they all got the debuffs, man. I mean, if they didn't, this character, I feel like, would be even a little more meta-relevant than he already is. Just narrowly getting the shield out art in time with the back air. That was almost curtains for Kome, for sure, but nothing doing. Seen trying to slowly but surely bring this game back the same way that Tooky did. Almost about 100% differential between these two players. Gonna get that stage control back again. Recognizing he's gonna switch to the Buster art, saying, I gotta go in now lest I eat way more damage than I had to! Yo, my man, he just played pinball with himself.
Where did that stock go?
It went in between the hydrant and the apple. He literally stuck in between a fruit and a hard place. That was crazy. Oh, my
Tooky
goodness.
going up 1-0 here.
Yeah! That's 1-0 so far. I mean, they're showing like why Tooky is as far in the bracket as he is for a reason. This would be a hell of an upset to make for sure. And definitely, you know, like the Middle East last representative out here, so you know he wants to do it. We're going to Pokemon Stadium 2. Kome saying, I want a bit more of a longer neutral stage for sure. This is going to be interesting to see. What's your first thought, Rickles, going into this stage? Why do you think Shulk would want to take Pac-Man to a stage like PS2 instead? Like, is it platform pressure? Is it being a longer stage? What's the first thing that comes to mind for you?
This is actually kind of like difficult to think about for the most part, but because I did think that FD was already a solid choice here. PS2, it could be like a comfort thing for the most part. It's like one of the most practiced stages for most players to begin with. But I think what we're gonna see pretty effectively is some good ledge trapping, maybe some under the stage shenanigans, because people. But like it's actually gonna work even better for Pac-Man down there, because Pac-Man can get out of those situations easier. So honestly, it's too hard to say what they're looking for other than like maybe comfort.
That might be potentially what's true right here, my man. I mean, we got the platform pressure right here, you know, sort of making that platform a no-fly zone. Like, you can't really jump above the Nair hitbox right there. You know, Shulk definitely has frame advantage there for sure. He's going to be 100% prepared for that at this stage in the game, as no stocks are taken on the part of either players as we approach a minute right now on the clock, 6:10. Got Pac-Man going a little bit low. What's the ledge trap?
Very good catch right there to the back here. Going to cover a ton of space right there. It would cover like standard get up attack, roll. Just really good spacing coming out from. Oh my goodness, Kome. But it has enough time there to apply the shield art.
It's even good with Speed Monado by the ledge because, like, you know, you'll be able to just mix up your options way more. Do, like, some sort of Captain Falcon level dash back, dash ins, you know what I mean? To just bait your opponent, like, you know, condition them to pick a get-up option that, you know, they didn't exactly want to pick or that you wanted them to pick. And the low jump height of it doesn't really matter because you're going to be able to get those down air hitboxes out regardless. Love the reversal right there on the Galaga ship. Oh, we're going low.
Yeah, I'm loving these stalls off the stage from Tooky. Specifically when they had the smash art on, there's just like, how much time can I stall off the map right here? And they were just like doing a ton of things like dropping the hydrant and stuff like that. But now when the smash art isn't on the table, they're gonna opt to go straight for the stage, but gonna catch a quick backer off that quick get up off the ledge.
Alright, we got Buster Art out. This is gonna be— oh, I was gonna say it's gonna be a lot of damage. Utilizing Footstool to get out of the combo. My goodness, count how many— That's something you don't see every day, Rickles. That was actually a really funny way to get out of a combo. But Shield Art's out now. F-Tilt, of course, not going to do too much right there when you have that low knockback from it. Jump Monado gonna have to force his way back down. This is gonna be a lot of knockback, 163%, but he's able to reverse the situation and get a grab on his own. Now Kome gonna have to take advantage of the stage control, but the parry! Wow.
I'm actually surprised I didn't see that grab earlier. But yeah, the great parry punish, the apple not enough to do it. Doesn't have the right art on to make that possible. And now we have 195 on Shulk, and he hit— oh, actually it's hard to say, not from Peck. As you see with that Nair.
Yeah, you know, he's definitely, you know, more of a situational trapper type character. Needs the right bonus fruit to be able to kill. We're seeing him utilize Apple a lot because that's the one that, you know, sends at that perfect diagonal angle to be able to get the kill. But gonna get a back throw from damn near center stage. Pac-Man back throw gonna be able to kill. That is not— that's another thing you don't really see every day, let alone a character living to 200%. Gonna mash both hits of the up B to make sure he does not get blasted by the water while he's in free fall as the Shield Monado comes back out instead. No, you know, I want to say it's looking like Kome's game to lose, but this is pretty much dead even. This is not a percentage deficit that Pac-Man can't make up, as we saw Tooky do in the first game, Rickles.
Yeah, but can we really, as Tooky, can we really afford to have Shulk live to 200 again? We need to get some damage here on the board, but the forward air is going to put them in a terrible position. Shulk has way more tools to KO Pac-Man than Pac-Man the other way around.
For sure, for sure. I mean, you know, not only that, but, you know, Shulk, of course, also has, also has the range advantage for sure. You know, that is a pretty big sword, and it's got a sword inside of the sword, which, you know, creates pretty much extra range for it as well, so... Pac-Man, of course, when you're actually fighting up close, might be a little bit harder of a time. I mean, Pac-Man's got good frame data, you know, like forward air combos into itself, Nair comes out pretty quick, but the character is much more known to be like sort of a trapper type character, despite the fact that Pac-Man's got pretty good frame data up close, you know. Smash Ultimate, you know, the zoner's got buttons, but when you're going against a sword character, it might be a little bit harder at this stage in the game, as Kome, throughout this second game so far, as the up air is going to take the stock. For the most part, the win condition right now, doing a wonderful job of just regaining and keeping stage control as much as possible. Not letting Pac-Man set up any of his stuff, switching to the right Monado when necessary, and most importantly, just holding that stage down.
Yeah, doing a really good job so far here. Kome, opportunity here to make an even set count, but we need Tooky
rolling our way back in. 100%. Buster Art is out, so you know that deficit is going to become even bigger on the part of Kome once again. Going a little low this time. I guess you can afford to since you have the stock. Gonna force an air dodge back down though, and it's looking like that is going to do it for the... That's going to do it for Tooky's final stock on game number 2. Kome gonna even this set up real quick.
Yep. Very good play right there. I'm not sure if it was a stage counter pick or maybe they give themselves some more room to think, because I guess it does kind of make a little bit more sense in FD having a bit shorter of a stage, especially with the hydrant controlling a good portion of that, like depending on where you place it. So PS2 could have just been some more room to breathe here for Kome.
Yeah, honestly, you put the hydrant down, and it's like that scene in what's that movie? Captain Phillips. Like, you know, you got like Tooky just looking at Kome. He's like, look at me. I have stage control now. It's mine.
He can just do that whenever he wants to. It's a pretty fast option. So now we are going into game 3. Very even set right here in a loser's bracket. So we'll see what we can do with this opportunity here for Tooky.
Yeah, you know, Pac-Man's been building walls way before Steve was. Way before Steve was, for sure. But Town and City is the pick this time around. This is Tooky's counter pick. It's a long stage. It's one of the most polarizing stages in the more common, like, legal stage list that we have in Smash Ultimate, in my opinion, because it has just about the highest vertical blast zones, Rickles, but some of the lowest horizontal ones. So I find that, you know, when players counterpick to the stage, usually... Sometimes it has to do with the stage layout. They just want a stage that's Final Destination a third of the time, and that has, like, you know, the occasional platforms that come out help keep pressure on it or extend their combos, like Pac-Man certainly can, as can Shulk for sure. But also at the same time, you know, characters that have an easier job killing off the side against characters that have an easier job killing off the top, which they might want to survive more.
And there's one more thing that I think that Tooky gets out of the stage pick that they don't get from PS2 is the ability to recover under the stage. So that could be a good mix-up for Pac-Man that Shulk doesn't exactly get.
That is true. I didn't even think of that at all. I forgot about the giant pole that is underneath Pokemon Stadium 2 that you can't exactly go around for sure. No pole underneath here. Pac-Man's definitely got the recovery to be able to just maneuver out and around and even underneath as possible. But the forward throw with the smash art, gonna do it right there. Kome taking the lead with only 33% tacked on. It's looking like we're gonna lap in percent real quick. And Tooky making me eat my words, getting out with the hydrant.
Yeah, definitely gonna suffer for that neutral getup on that smash art. Definitely gotta install that out a bit more, or be very more selective about how you want to get off of the ledge, because that is just so much pressure. you're just literally on ledge against Shulk with smash art, and it's just like, what do you do? Oh, these conversions though, look at that.
Wow, I mean, Kome's conversions have been nuts. We've been seeing him mix up the offensive a lot. We've been seeing him wait for air dodges. We've been seeing him wait for hydrants on the way back down. We've been seeing all sorts of, like, different interesting ways to mix up the combos, because Kome's... You know, Shulk's frame data is not bad, but some of his hitboxes are still a little awkward. They're not exactly... He's not exactly a rush-down style character like Fox is, where you could just rush in, like... Or Roy is a better comparison, because that's another sword character, and just being able to do whatever he wants. You know, like, if he wants to get the combos as a good place back air is going to take the stock. He's really got to mix up his offensive on the way in, especially against a floaty character like Pac-Man, where certain combos are not going to be true depending on that percent, at way bigger percent ranges that you would against fast fallers.
Oh, wow, what a huge pickup coming out right there. The air slash with the smash art, intercepting the recovery, and now Kome with a monstrous lead here in game 3.
Looking good so far. Kome only 19%, and definitely percentage that he can tack on even easier. We know the damage that Shulk can do, my friend. Now just holding down stage control as best he can. I'm loving the reverse neutral air hitboxes to keep that pressure on Pac-Man and also making it more ambiguous as to what direction Kome is going to drift. Because the move is big enough where you could just sort of spam it behind and still be able to get a conversion off of it, my friend. It's sort of like a slow and steady pace wins the race, except for when I get speed art, and then it's not a slow and steady pace anymore, and I can make it bigger. And speak of the devil, speed art going to go right out again. Keep that damage right on Pac-Man once again, keeping the pressure on easy peasy.
Yeah, really good pressure, as you mentioned. Looking for something to just close this out here.
It's so interesting, too. I gotta say, like, you know, watching Pac-Man fight a character like Shulk, because there are so many, like, lower-tiered characters that might have such a hard time breaking through Pac-Man's zone, breaking through his traps, breaking through everything, and watching Pac-Man have to constantly mix up what he does on the fly, rather than just, I'm gonna plop the hydrant down, I'm gonna camp and wait to get my bell, and then I'm gonna kill you off the bell confirms. Like, very T-esque stuff, and we're probably going to see a little bit later in the bracket for sure. But against Shulk, you know, having to adapt on the fly to these Monado arts, having to change your combos on the fly, it really forces a Pac-Man player to just think, basically. Like in that situation right there, like the rising neutral air, that is not something Pac-Man players are always going to be ready to do, but the shield Monado was out, and Tooky was able to adapt on the fly.
Yeah, I'm loving his patience from Tooky, just like catching Shulk in shield, looking for just some way to just get in their face and get some damage without taking too much extra credit here. But now we have a grab from Kome trying to take stage, and we have Tooky bleeding right here in this game.
Bleeding a little bit longer, the bell's out, doesn't pick up the bell, actually utilizes a forward smash. Thinking he's going to run in and dash attack, trying to beat out the hitbox, nothing doing, says Kome for sure. And it is absolutely, yeah, looking like Kome's game to lose. Not going to do it, though. Wonderful DI on the part of Tooky, living that at damn near 150%. But is it too little too late? He needs this stock right now, and then he has to take a whole stock off of one of the best Shulks in the world. A character where you have to get the character to really high percent to be able to kill. But the F-tilt's going to do it right there, just maintaining that's, maintaining the neutral once again. It's an easy stuff to be able to whiff out. You know, you have a whole stock lead. You'd be able to just throw those hitboxes out a little more willy-nilly because the risk is not exactly there. So good stuff to Kome, taking that game number 2 very solidly. And Tooky gonna have to dig a little deep this time around. We're going right back to Town and City. As I mentioned in the last set, I am always so hyped to see a player counterpick right back to the stage that they lost on, because I think it just shows confidence. And that would be hype if that was what we were doing. But it's not, because we're going right back to Kalos. They baited me. They picked Town and City for a second, Rickles.
We actually got a better angle right now on the players, too. And also a good look at the venue. It's a nice-looking venue for this event. This top 8 is panning out to be pretty, like, fast-paced, pretty exciting. And Tooky has a lot to answer to if they want to get this upset over Kome. Has to win 2 games starting here on Kalos.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. You know, like, normally on longer range stages, Pac-Man will be able to camp as much, but you heard me say it a million times in this set so far. It's not as easy to do against a character like Shulk. So, I'm wondering what the logic here is, because now he can't recover underneath anymore, because as we know with the Pokemon stages, you can't really go underneath them. There's like a giant, you know, wall underneath pretty much all of them. So this might have a little bit more to do with the platform heights. Maybe we're going to see, like, maybe from Tooky we're going to see the hydrants placed by the ledge or on the platforms a little bit more, and then have the Pac-Man himself actually try to cover the other angle, because as amazing as Shulk's recovery could be with the jump Monado, with that, Kalos is sort of like that weird, like, X factor, where the platforms as the, the air slash is going to take the stock. The platforms are at such an awkward height where I feel like a character like Pac-Man will be able to cover multiple options off of them, just being able to cover the drifts regardless of the jump Monados. But we're gonna have to wait and see how that's gonna happen later in the match, Rickles.
Yeah, and then these setups from Kome in the corner, pressuring you, catching you on your DI, and catching you sleeping off stage. Gonna get that air slash to seal the first stock. We saw it earlier, but this is the first time he connected the stock. No jump here though on Kome. Gets the jump reset from the platform though.
That is what I'm talking about. Throws the hydrant down right below the ledge, and it forces Kome right back to the ledge, and the ledge pressure is just on once again. Even then, with the speed Monado, you see Tooky ready for it this time around.
Caught the
Whoa!
Key. Oh, it's gone though.
Yo, I just blinked. Yo, tell them to do that again, because I actually kind of missed what just happened.
So I think actually Kome caught the key, but then I think Tooky hit them to knock it out of them, because there's sometimes that like small % chance of dropping the item, or maybe they just threw it right away. But either way, impressive stuff. It's not the first time that's happened so far on this stream, so really good like awareness to catch these fruit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Again,
catching it again. Yeah. Oh yeah, beat me to it. Okay. Keeping the pressure on the hydrant right there, utilizing projectile, forcing Pac-Man to just stay low right on the stage. And even with the whole stock lead, I mean, we're seeing the stage control a little bit better in the favor of Tooky right now. I mean, I feel like the platform heights are really helping him out a little bit more on a stage like this, just making Shulk's game plan just a tad more linear, predicting where he's going to go. But it just doesn't matter the stages, because he's able to keep the pressure on Kome, doing it over and over and over again on these platforms and still maintaining this lead. But only a 67% differential between these players, Rickles. I mean, we've seen players come back from the depths of hell way lower than this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the pressure that Kome was actually applying off the stage was just switching to that smash art and then getting punished hardcore for it immediately after. So it was rough to see.
All right. Gonna utilize all that time off stage to get the bonus fruit. Bell not in hand, but Bell on deck, and there it is. But the neutral air just gonna split the hitbox right through it because of the way that the pass through works. The Transcendent, if you would, if I'm not mistaken, though I do believe I might be there. Either way, pressure is still mounting on the part of Kome, jumping low off the stage to force Tooky to recover even lower once again to get this Smash Monado ledge trap out going. What's the kill? Perfect. I love everything about that edge guard. He conditioned everything about that to force him to the ledge to get the air slash in the way that he wanted. I love all of that, Rickles.
Yeah, that's a huge opportunity here for Kome now. Moving on forward onto this final stock. One stock away from moving on to top 6. Tooky has to make some moves.
Some big moves definitely need to be made, my friend, and that's unfortunately not a big move. He had the read, but unfortunately just messed up the positioning, the spacing of that back throw. Oh man, when the Smash Monado's out, this is scary.
Oh man, this is very dangerous positioning here. Tooky, though, finding a grab, finding stage control, getting a nice little combo, little bread and butter going on, just catching the DI as well, so really good stuff, but has to do a lot of work here to even close this second stock, let alone the third.
Alright, Shield Monado out, up a whole stock once again. It's just the same position that we've seen regardless of the stage. Town and City, Kalos, Pokemon, with all these long stages, it just doesn't seem like they've been working out for Tooky. They just doesn't really matter at the end of the day, you know, because he just winds up being down a whole stock the whole time. Like, to switch, it's not even like a matter of the Buster arts either, like comparing for the combos. I feel like Tooky is doing a good job adapting to whatever the Monado art is that's out, especially when it comes to these like hydrant ledge traps that we've been seeing, catching the shield arts on the fly. But it doesn't matter because like Kome, his win condition is just like a solid neutral, winning over and over again. But the Z-drop back air, Z-drop Bell back air, gonna do it right there. 120% differential. It's gonna be hard, but it is possible. Tooky's gotta dig deep if he wants any chance at advancing further in this bracket.
Yeah, last stock opportunity. I mean, it's definitely possible, but this is gonna be very difficult, especially with Smash just pouncing right there. Just it's on the hunt here on Kalos.
And Kome just waited right by the hydrant to catch the Galaga Knight. He just stood there and said, I don't care about your ledge trap. I mean, I don't care about your hydrant at all. He stood there, waited for Tooky to throw the Galaga ship, and just caught it.
Just clawing their way back in there. 46% is nothing to scoff at, but here we are on ledge against Smash Shulk. That could be it, yeah.
Unfortunate for Tooky, my friend. You see him utilizing the wall jumps on the stage as well to just sort of try to mix up the timing of his recovery a little bit. You see everybody in the venue popping off for him in the background, clapping it up for their boy right there. Went as far as he could, was able to get the top 8, getting a hug from another one of his boys right there. You know the rounds are going to be made right now. Right there is the highest Middle East representative out of the bracket, and the rest of the top 6, or the top 8, I should even say, looking like it's going to be all Japan. The Japanese invasion going full force for these players right now, but you gotta clap it up for Tooky, honestly. Hard fought with a Pac-Man, especially with another Pac-Man like T in attendance. I'm sure they're gonna get some friendlies later. I hope so. See what they can learn from each other. That's going to be hyped to see how that can advance the Pac-Man meta. Rickles, what an honor to be able to cast these sets, huh?
Oh, absolutely. It's been super impressive to see this international talent go at it with Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and Japan going toe-to-toe, and we're not even seeing blowouts yet.